no matter what, I love my body where it is. And so it's a lot easier said than done, but it is one of those mindset shifts that truly make a difference as you continue on your weight loss or health. Hey, beautiful souls. Welcome back. It is Tori Chalet. If you are new here, and this is now the Be Her page, which was formerly known as the Artistic Type. Here we are all about soft minimalism and just sharing my journey to being the woman that I say I'm going to be, and also hopefully encouraging you to step up in that as well. So let's just get right into it. Earlier this week, I posted my 3-month I'm going to call weight loss health journey. We'll say that. And I had no intention on making this video, but I was inspired to make this video because I had a few people that said they were, very much inspired by what I posted. And so I just wanted to share with you guys some of the things that helped me to kind of go from this into where we are now, which is 90 days into my health journey. I want to break this down and keep it simple for you guys to 3 components. We're talking about the mindset, we're talking about the habits that I had to do, and then, of course, the action plan. For me, this kind of started maybe last year. Really COVID. COVID, your girl was just at the biggest I had ever been in my life. And for someone to have pretty much stayed in the 135 range throughout my adulthood to going up to like 155, almost 160, I was like, no ma'am, this is not going to work. And so honestly, since that time up until now, it has somewhat been a struggle for me to kind of keep off the weight, and not necessarily from any health issues, but more so just staying consistent and being disciplined enough to do it. And I've had parts and moments of times throughout the last few years where I would be consistent for so long and then just stop. And I knew that the only way that I was going to really, really make a significant change is when I decided to stop putting a number on it or attaching it to a specific goal. And so we're going to get into the mindset. So if you see me looking over, it's just me looking at some notes that I took down, because this is kind of an impromptu video. I just came home and was like, we filming today so I can have it ready for Sunday. The first thing I had to do was I had to love my body exactly where it was. Last year, I started somewhat of a consistent journey. I wasn't disciplined enough to stay consistent, but I did start to get in a wave of just standing in the mirror, looking at myself with clothes, without clothes, and just trying to change my mindset of like tearing down my body. Now, granted, we always see things like, even now, I always look at my body and it's definitely changed, and I didn't really see it until I did the video of myself. But naturally, I still look in the mirror and I'm like, okay, we got to work a little hard on this. We got to work a little hard on that. And so it's not that I don't still do that, but at the same time, I also have to come back and say, okay, but you're looking good, T. Even in the back of my mind, I'm like, I know in my 30s, if I had did the work that I've been doing, I'd probably already be down to a size 6. But I had to embrace like truly loving my body where it was in that moment. I mean, I'm grown, like 40 grown. So I had to embrace my grown woman curves. Now, I've always been a curvy girl, but like being okay with like truly embracing that this is just where my body is at the age of 40, right? So loving your body where it is, even on month 2 of your workout journey, month 3, like being okay with where it is and just allowing it to be will also kind of take you out of that rat race mind of feeling like, okay, by July, I got to get this, in July, I got to get that. It kind of takes you back to like, okay, we're seeing some things, but no matter what, I love my body where it is. And so it's a lot easier said than done, but it is one of those mindset shifts that truly make a difference as you continue on your weight loss or health journey. The second thing, and not really in a particular order, but I had to ask myself, what is my why? This will probably be one of the most important things in terms of your mindset, because this is what's going to take you back. Now, for me, there was a few things. I mean, yes, I wanted to aesthetically see my body shift and change and get back to, the size 6, size 8 that, the baddie that I was in my 20s and 30s. I had to think about this long term. And as I'm, starting to deal with some hormonal issues with perimenopause, and also realizing that as I get older, that my metabolism is just changing, my body is changing, I'm changing. I had to tell myself that I can't just do this to get to a size 6. I can't do this to get to 135 pounds. I have to do this for my hormonal balance. So for me, it became more of a health thing for me, right? And so I did not want to put my why with a specific goal. I wanted this to be more so of a lifestyle change. Like when I decided to be the woman that I said I was going to be, I had to kind of do another sit down questionnaire, vision board for myself. This was also a part of like the goals that I set for the beginning of the year. It was just like, who is Tori? What does she want to be? And these are the questions you want to ask yourself. Who am I? Who do I desire to, who am I in terms of who's the woman that I want to become, right? And for me, it was just like, I want to be Tori the body. I want to be Tori who's healthy, who's fit, who's eating better, who's, loving herself, not only from the outside, from, doing the cute clothes and keeping my hair done, but also from the inside, right? For me, I had to tell myself, I am Tori the body. Essentially, I am healthy Tori. I'm a healthy woman in her 40s. Taking that as my identity, that became my why. I got to get up and work out because I say that I'm a woman who is healthy. I say that I'm a 40-year-old woman who is balancing her hormones. I say that I am Tori the body. Truly identifying yourself as that person who, I'm the gym girly, or whatever you want to call it or make it to be. Taking that identity and changing your mindset to become that particular person will also help you to stay the course. Some mornings I do not want to get up, but I'm like, Tori, you say you the gym girl, you say you that girl that works out, you are Tori the body. So putting that mindset helps me to make sure that I get up and go get that workout in. As I said in my video, if you saw my Instagram post, it is a lifestyle. It is not a numbers. Kind of changing your mind of, okay, I got to get to so many pounds to July, because you start to put a lot of pressure on yourself. And when you put pressure on yourself, then that starts to kind of give you a little bit of anxiety. It starts to become some sense of a stressor. And I just did not want to put that stress on myself. I've done that plenty of times. So I've always been on this this circle of do and don't, consistent, not consistent. And so this actually bridges me to my next point, which is the habit. Like I said, last year is when I kind of started, and a lot of the things that I have implemented in my health journey have definitely come from different sources. I was a part of, or still am a part of, SHetrition or SHetrition. It may be called something else now, but I'll make sure I have the info either here or in the description. She talks about nutrition and making it softer and simple for you, and that's what I loved about it. But that was one of the first places, along with reading James Clear, Atomic Habits. It's just that 1% every day, right? And so last year when I kind of started this journey, I started out really small and really slow. What that looks like is you might just say, hey, I'm going to walk on my walker, walk on a treadmill, or walk my community for 10 minutes a day. And you might do that for the first 2 weeks, and you might do that for a month. And then you just want to add on it. So I started, 5 minutes on the stepper. No, I think I started at 10 or 15 minutes on the stepper last year. And then I did that for maybe 2-3 weeks. And I was like, okay, I can go 20 minutes. And I added 5-minute increments. And that's kind of how I started it last year. But then, I got distracted. And that is one of the other things that can happen too, is that sometimes whether you're dating, in a relationship, or your job, or whatever it is, we can get distracted and then we start to self-abandon. And your girl definitely self-abandoned, but we gonna save that for a whole nother, for a whole nother episode. So I just told myself, if I make this a part of my lifestyle, like a part of my to-do list, a part of like the Tori, like first thing when I wake up, I'm attending to Tori first. And it doesn't matter what's coming my way. If I got to travel, or if I have someone in my life, or if Kaden has a lot of things going on, my daughter has a lot of things going on, then I'm still prepared and I still have it already taken care of because it's a part of my daily routine. It's a part of my ritual. Starting out small and working your way up is pretty much ideal, especially if you struggle with staying consistent, or if you get distracted, or if you're easily discouraged, or if you're just a busy person. Sometimes you're just busy and like, look, I don't always have the time, but you can make the time. And sometimes it's just low and slow sometimes is going to give you the longest results over time. I stopped racing the clock and just said, hey, look, all I have today is 20 minutes on this stepper. And that's where I started to build. This year, I was a little bit more aggressive, so I started out with like 30 minutes. I think in January, I think I was just doing the stepper. And then I started including, I think by month 2, first month I just worked on moving my body. Month 2, I started adding in the nutrition. And I think I came across, what was her name? iFlight Delta. For some reason, her name is easy to remember, but iFlight Delta, it's a video, Instagram reel that I came across. She was just saying, kind of just talking about her weight loss, of her just kind of walking and doing some consistent things, but really just her portion controlling. And so she showed this whole cup thing that she did, this 9-ounce cup. And I just kind of took what I needed from her video and then incorporated in mine. And so then I added the movement, and then I started adding some parts of nutrition. And then when I added the parts of nutrition, then I started adding, I would say, kind of a normalized fast, meaning that I don't look at the clock and say, hey, I'm going to start eating at this time. But typically, because I have a habit, because I have a flow, I typically eat at the same time every day. And at the end of the night, I just try not to eat after 8 o'clock. My goal is 7, but if I go past 7, it's no big deal. But I just try to make sure that I don't eat after the sun goes down. Then I started to incorporate my weight training, my body training, and a little bit of Pilates. So I just started slowly building onto my habits. So again, habit stacking is what kind of helped me to adapt some of these routines throughout my day-to-day. Another habit that was really big for me was that there would be many of times, and sometimes to this day, depending on how I get up or if I'm behind my alarm clock or whatever, I would just work out in my pajamas. I had all my weights and everything sitting right in front of my bed, and I still do that to this day. So that as soon as I get up, I just go right into my workout. Sometimes I'll just lay my workout clothes on the end of my bed, and I'll change and I'll work out in the morning. It's about how you set up your day that makes that habit stick for you. I also had to think about all the distractions that I've had in the past, all of the things that kept me from going or whatever the case may be. And I knew that I'm more of a person that works out in the morning. I just do better with morning workouts. And so for a long time, I was just getting up and working out in my pajamas. Now I do put my workout clothes on. I didn't care because I just did not want to stop. I wanted to get up and make sure that I got that workout done. I don't know how many times I've done the gym membership or I've paid for trainers and I'll go for so long and then I stop and then the membership's still going, but I'm still at home. I know you do that. I know somebody right now watching this probably got a membership that they pay for that they're not even using. I wasn't doing that again. Did this all with mostly body weight. I have a 5-pound, I have two 5-pound weights, and then I think I have a dumbbell that's 25 pounds. Also, I give myself no more than 2 days to skip. And I've gotten really, really good at this because it's not that I judge myself, but I'm like, okay, you done gave yourself about 2 days, Tori. So then I just get up and do the workout and I feel so good. And sometimes it's necessary for me to kind of give myself those 2 days to bum out a little bit, or that morning where I'm just like, I'm not feeling it. There's days where my body is just like, girl, it's not here today. And sometimes I may skip that workout for the day. Like today was a weight training day for me. So I did my weight training workout. Tomorrow is a cardio. And then Friday is a weight training day. So if that comes on Friday and I don't do it, I'll either do it Saturday. But if I don't get to a Saturday, I ain't got no choice. I got to do it on Sundays. Just kind of giving yourself some boundary and grace and some flexibility. But putting something in place that will help you stay committed to your goal will also help support your habit. But let's get into the action. In terms of what I did to even create my workouts. One, I did some research. So I am very much I'm a nerd in a sense. I'm one of those seekers of information, seekers of knowledge. So I read a lot of self-help books. I listen to different podcasts. Sometimes I overconsume information, but all for good reason, because I am one of those people. I take exactly what I need and I apply it and I just leave the rest. And so with this video, take what you need and leave the rest. I did a lot of research so that way when I started this, I had a better understanding of what I was doing. I just took a little bit of here and a little bit from there in terms of just understanding what type of workouts I should be doing for my body, for my age. And so I would say starting off, do a little research, figure out what may work for you, for your particular body type, for your age, if you're battling with any hormonal issues, kind of figure out that information, because some things may or may not work for you. I am not a nutritionist and I am not a personal trainer, so I can't give you any personal information. Again, I'm just sharing what has worked for me. I read this book called The Circadian Code, and so I knew that syncing my body with the daylight was going to also help with my sleep, which is also very important to your workout, just your overall health. And so I knew that I needed to do things in accordance to the circadian rhythm that I naturally work with. So I try to eat at the same time, work out at the same time, get up, go down, all of that. It's not perfect, but it does help, and I have seen a lot of benefits from doing that. Well, I just started using either YouTube videos or just finding workouts on Pinterest. And so Pinterest is where I build my workouts. So I build my own workouts every month. I do compound workouts. I usually do about, 6 compound exercises, 4 rep for 4 times. And then I follow up with my stepper. And that's really it. That's what I've been doing for the last few months. It's just working out at home. Each month I just put a new routine together, and I do the same routine for the whole month. And I know that may not be the thing, that may not be maximizing results, but I'm getting results. So once I see my body starting to plateau, maybe that'll be the next level for me, which will be to seek help, seek guidance, to see where I need to take my body next. But for now, I just keep it simple. I create me a little workout, or you can follow a complete workout on YouTube or Pinterest. Put your workouts together, or just follow like a 30-day. I've done a 30-day Pilates thing, a challenge. I've done a 30-day workout challenge with different videos on YouTube. Like, we have too many resources to not be able to put a sufficient workout together. Yeah, just do a lot of research and figure out what works for you, or seek the help and resources that you may need. And again, I want to emphasize, you want to make this attainable. Doing things that are like, okay, I can actually do this. A lot of times we start working out and we do these hard workouts. So we have these trainers that give us these hard workouts. So you dredge doing it. I don't dredge doing my workouts, because I do workouts that are challenging for my body, but not like overwhelming. That's why I'm not going out here to go run. I'm not doing all this. I got my stepper. I put my little music on and I go. And I actually enjoy doing my step. I can do it for about 30 minutes to 45 minutes, and I enjoy that. You just want to make sure that it's something that you can actually enjoy, because that will make it a lot more easier for you to stick to the challenge, stick to the habit. When it comes to the food, I just simplified by creating a simple menu. I probably eat the same type of things and just rotate it throughout the months and the weeks, depending on how I feel. But I keep it very simple. I have like either a protein shake or oatmeal and boiled eggs for breakfast. My snacks are usually the same. I have lunch, dinner, and then I always give myself a dessert if I have room. And when I say a dessert, it's usually, I don't feel like I compromise myself with the things I like to eat. I just, again, give myself boundaries where Monday through Friday, I try to eat and cook at home. Sometimes I may eat out if I'm meeting with a friend, or if I'm going to an event, or if I'm doing something in particular. But even when I go out to eat, I still try to make sure that I kind of balance either my plate, or if I'm just eating wings and some fries, I may eat some of my fries, some of my wings, and try to save it. Or I might just eat the whole thing. We don't know. And then I might go a little light up the next day. I just try to find balance and try to find what works for me. What I have noticed though is since I've been cooking at home, and usually I keep my meals very simple, like a vegetable and a meat. Typically, I'll have my carbs in the morning if I'm having like some toast, or if I'm having a croissant from the coffee shop, or if I'm having potatoes, it's usually in my lunch part. I don't do too many carbs during the week, but I am heavy on the meat and vegetables, and I just really eat what I like. I'm either eating some edamame, some broccoli, a salad, and then I'm rotating my weeks between chicken, sometimes ground beef, and fish. And then I'm trying to get to a week of the month where I'm just all vegan or vegetarian based, but we're not quite there yet. It just takes a lot of guesswork out of what am I eating. And then on the weekends, I go out and play and eat what I want to eat. But I will say I don't eat as much as I used to eat. My portion control has definitely been managed. Again, this is because of some of the habits and the systems that I have put in place. Lastly, the rest. So I am still honestly working on getting up to about 7.5 hours of sleep. Again, this is going to come from the habits and rituals, but I'm also working on my water intake. I am not the best at drinking water, I'll be honest. So again, you can still get some of these results and not have everything all figured out. I certainly don't have everything figured out. Right now, sad but true, I'm just working on, I had to add to my habits of just getting 15 ounces of water down. Don't judge me. I know you like, girl, are you dehydrated? Probably am. However, I have been able to get 30 ounces down since it's something that I put on my things to do every day. I got to check off that I've drunk 15 ounces of water. I'm now drinking my whole Stanley cup. I'm drinking 30 ounces of water. So I'm already past my goals. Also, what I'm doing is I'm rewarding myself. So now that I've completed my first 90 days and I have some results, now I'm like, okay, now I can get the 10-pound weight. So I don't just go buy all my weights. I didn't just go buy all of my stuff at one time. I'm actually giving myself rewards as I'm meeting some of my goals. My goals could be I'm supposed to technically work out 5 days a week. So I worked out 4 days a week. And once I look at the end of the month and look at my checklist of how I did, then I'll reward myself like, okay, I can get some weights and some bands. And because the thing is, we will buy all of this stuff and not use it. Why not use that as a reward system? Like, I really want a walker, which I bought a walking pad and it just didn't work out, but I would like to try a different one. But I'm like, no, Tori, you had the stepper for months and you didn't use it. So we're going to use the heck out the stepper. We're going to use the stepper so much so that you're going to have to order another one. I'm just trying to make sure that I complete my cardio goals on my stepper and complete my workout goals before I continue to add on to my mini home gym. You see what I'm saying? But I hope that this has helped someone, has encouraged you to start your journey. If there's something that you would like for me to talk about, cover more, what I eat, what my exact workouts are, what I do, how I do it, how I put it together, whatever, just let me know in the comments below. But again, thank you so much for watching this video. I look forward to sharing more with you, and I'll see you next time.